One says.
No, there we go. Now YouTube's working. Okay. I forgot to turn that one on. All right. They come back with back with the midgets is probably the first thing that YouTube hears. Good.
Watch that be the part that gets clipped out the stream. And then goes viral.
Where is what? Oh my god. Hey, not York. York? Who's York? LB. I'm gonna go with for the moment. Say something. Anything.
Hello.
Oh, why
Hello,
is that
hello,
not...
hello.
Oh,
If I move my mic a little
see.
closer to my face.
Oh, what the fuck? Yours is...
I'm dying. It's fine.
You're dying.
We're all dying.
Why is that one cut off?
I'm sorry.
Fuck.
I've
More
been up
slowly than others.
since 4 a.m. I'm having a great time.
LB, say something again.
A, B,
Oh,
C,
four again?
D, E,
Huh.
F, G,
This is
H,
great.
I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
I'll have to figure out why only half of your thing lights up. But it's like Yamamoto's.
I'm special.
You are special, Co. I'm at work and got an email. Hello, Co. Yeah, right before we even started, frickin' 10 gift subs get dropped anonymously. It's like, I haven't even hit the fucking button to stream yet. Yeah. It's like, I haven't even hit the
Yeah, I
button to
was
stream.
wondering. It looked like there was a lot more activity right off the bat this
Yeah,
time.
it was something.
That's how you know it must be someone in this call.
Is Silas getting popular? Shocker.
Popular.
You're gonna be popular.
It's like that fucking, yeah. All right. Book, say something. Just want to make sure it's...
Hello.
Okay, good, it's working. And Brawl can say something.
Broken?
Yeah. Oh. Yours isn't working. Why is yours not working? Nunny the fuck?
Because I'm just a girl.
Yay.
You're
Nunny?
just a
I covered
girl.
my steering wheel in oil. Go me.
What the... Oh, wait. Oh, now Bacchus should be working. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, good. That's fine. Why is
Oh,
this
there it
one
goes.
not... Why? Fuck. Oh, I think I know why it's not working. Because I don't have it set up properly. But you know what? It's fine. I'll fix that, like, in the background. And eventually, at some point, Brawlkin, your little thing on the stream will actually function. And I will be happy that it's working. But,
Yes, yes.
today is not that day. Right now is not that time. Well, maybe it will be soon. I don't know. Losing my shit. Oh, that's why it's not working. And put something there, and we just open this here. Don't mind me just figuring things out last minute at all. Say something, Brogan.
Something.
Fuck, it didn't work. Okay, whatever. I'll deal with that later. Okay. Anyways, hello and welcome back. So, last time, everybody died.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Not even a joke.
Yeah, no, yeah. Holly didn't die, but everyone else, literally everyone else died.
Serafina didn't die.
Yeah, but she
Serafina
also
won.
wasn't present, so yeah, she didn't die. But everyone who was present except for Holly died.
Skill issue.
So yeah, skill issue. It
Follow
was
you on that.
literally a situation of stop hitting yourself.
What we really learned is that Yamamoto is just too strong.
Indeed. Well, all that said, so last time, yes, there was a great battle in a great battle in the trial of Hulda as she attempts to become a silver tome within the halls of Thenvelgrum. When all is said and done, Holly is the last one standing, all of her companions slain, but congratulations were in order. She succeeded and gained status as silver tome. A year has passed since these events. I think only I think some of you know that.
It's been a year. No one told me that.
Indeed. You are dead. You are dead. Sasaki is also dead. She also was not told. Although I can't remember.
I mean,
Yeah. You're dead. You weren't told anything.
You're dead. Why would you need to know?
Yeah, why do you need to know? is
Just to be
that
clear, I'm pretty sure prior to this, it had literally been less than a year since Yamamoto was level 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it has now been a year since, you know, everything kind of went down there. Now, with everything going there, Hulda had sent along the corpses of her companions back to Artoria's Keep. Once there, Baka was quite fortunately revived by some kind of ritual from the Blood Mage Talon, i.e., only NPCs were available and roles were made outside of outside of things because only NPCs worked. But his ritual was successful, and Baka was brought back. It was clear, unfortunate as it was, that York could not return. As Tywin had said before, his soul had been lost, trapped by some construct of the Empire, as are all souls of elves who die. And so he could not be brought back. Baka returned with the bodies of Sasaki and Yamamoto to the Kobold Warrens beneath Haven. And it is there that he interred them. Because, you know, a prophecy was foretold over time that one day the Avatar would need to return. In times of darkness, the Avatar would come back. Of course, Yamamoto, his fleshy mortal coil, his physical form, oh, they don't see much issue with that physical form being deceased. It's just the avatar of their deity. So they put it on ice, so to speak, along with his companion, the one of the heavenly ones, one of the divine, Sasaki, also put on ice because, again, you know, we have interred here within the tomb of the Avatar, the inert body of the Avatar himself, and one of his angels. Fitting, yes? And so they remained there for quite some time. Now, Bralkin, you, over the course of this year, have been dealing with some shit. There's been fighting back in your home. The Lady Mizbel had recruited you to more or less, over time here, head up strike team of Cavalrachni, the arachnid cavalry of the Durgar forces of Karak, the kingdom. Over the course of this year, you have been fighting with fair frequency against hordes of demons and undead that the Legion has sent against your dwarven halls. The conflict has reached a bit of a stalemate, and did within the first couple months. Fortunately for the dwarves, their defenses were very sound, and they suffered no more massive losses like your former home. Unfortunately for the dwarves, the enemy's forces seem to be endless. Goblins, hobgoblins, they would sometimes engage in the fighting directly, but it was even more so the dead and the demons from the abyss and dark places that they would summon forth in endless quantity to continuously assail the walls. You and your strike team were often tasked with going out and trying to strike at command points, posts of the hobgoblins, trying to take out important targets, seekers. The war dragged on, and while it was a bit of a stalemate, the unfortunate thing is attrition takes its toll, and an individual dwarf, an individual Durgar warrior, while strong and stalwart, is difficult to replace should they fall in battle. Your people did what they could, making gratuitous use of slave races, trying to bolster their numbers. But it's figured that in enough time, if things continued as they were, you'd eventually be ground down. But that would take quite a long time, and losses are very slow. Until one day, the attacks stop in their ferocity. There's still undead, there's still demons out there that come against the walls, but they seem to be less organized, more chaotic. Small excursion forces, or your strike team going out, no longer found seekers, no longer found hobgoblins or goblinoids. It seemed like the Legion was missing from this conflict, and all that remained was scattered remnants, bands of demons and undead, uncontrolled and chaotic, still dangerous, but undirected. A concerning and strange development in what had otherwise been a long stalemate. Brawlkin, you, individually, personally, have been recalled to Haven, where the Lady Misbel has continued to work and live in relative safety while she commands her people. Not exactly knowing for what particular reason you had been summoned, other than you suspect it has something to do with the conflict that had been going on. You do return. Now, how do you say that? Amal Rain?
Amal, yeah.
Amal. How do you say the full
What a great question. Let me put it
Amalren?
in. Get it pronounced.
I see it and I'm like, Amalren is what I go with.
Amalrian.
Amalrian. Oh, that makes sense. So Amalrian. You, back in your home, you've been dealing with some interesting times, especially over the last year, as some other aspects of your abilities have made themselves more prevalent and manifest. However, an individual, a ally of yours, has information of a place that you could go, a place of perhaps, if not safety, at least acceptance. A place away from the dangers of your former home and the politics therein. You ended up meeting outside the walls of one Thenvelg room with a particular dwarf who, in conversing with you, gave you some things and gave you some instruction and transported you to this fabled location, this destination, Haven. Now, Brawlkin and Amal. Amal, when you came through your portal, you were fairly quickly accosted by a number of Durgar and other uncertain races, other surface folk, perhaps, who, grabbed you, interred you for a moment, found out, asked some questions about who you were, what you were doing here, all that sort of thing. But you had the right names, and, after a bit of conversation, you were brought before Lady Misbel, along with one Brawlkin. In conversing with the two of you, this Durgar noble, who seems to be somewhat of importance, Amal, told you and told Brawlkin that there's a bit of a task that she has, and she needs some uniquely skilled individuals, adventurers, willing to get their hands dirty, i.e., suicidal crazy people. Not quite. But she needs some people to investigate something, and she
What
knows.
are we, some kind of seppuku gang?
Yeah. Isn't that what adventurers are? What kind of
There's
crazy
suicide fire.
person is suicide? What kind of crazy person delves into dangerous dungeons looking for dragons to slay and all kinds of monsters to fight just for a bit of coin,
Believe
right?
me, I started asking myself that every day.
Let's be honest. No D&D party is well adjusted.
Exactly. But anyways, Broken. In all of this, Lady Misbel is concerned. She's concerned about the Legion, but does not wish to risk, any of her own forces directly to investigate what the fuck, more or less. She has it on authority that apparently, about a year ago, some of your former companions, or at least one of your former companions, Yamamoto, returned from his travels, and for whatever reason has been staying with the kobolds. So she's asked to see if you can retrieve him and convince him that there is some work that could be done, that there is a problem, a potential threat to Haven. She doesn't see eye to eye with him, and she knows he doesn't see eye to eye with her, but there is one thing they agree on. Haven should be kept safe. And if there's something going on with the Legion, that threatens security of everyone. As for why she didn't go in there herself.
Runs.
Yeah. As for why she didn't go in herself, any diplomats or emissaries or anyone attempting to enter the Warrens is politely but firmly refused entry. And so she figures, as one of his former companions, they'll let you in. As for you, Amal, well, considering your origins and after conversing with you a little bit to get an idea of who you are, Ms. Bell suggests, hey, if you're such a skilled individual and you're likely in need of direction in this life, and purpose, you should go along, because your skills would probably be of great use in whatever's to come. So the two of
Swear
you,
to God, if I have to babysit again.
if you have to babysit again. Now, interestingly enough, the two of you, particularly likely due to you, Brawlkin, are granted entry into the Kobold Warrens. And they are not as you remember them. Lawbringer,
Affirmative.
you have been in these Warrens for, oh,
It's like, of course you would.
of course you would. For the better part of, say, 5-6 weeks. Something like that. It's hard to say. The passage of time is actually difficult to tell here. As, well, there's no passing of days or nights. There's just work cycles. These kobolds are very resourceful and very passionate about what they do. And, it's just a continuous stream of work, of preparation, of training, of reverence and worship. Just a continuous cycle. They have it down to a science at this point, and it's quite interesting. One thing that's kind of neat, Lawbringer, is your abilities as an individual of justice are not really needed here. They all seem to have a very strong sense of who they are and what they do, and crime or anything that would be unlawful among their society, from what you've been able to tell, is very rare among them. It's an interesting situation of a great unity among these kobolds. A unity under their deity. A theocracy, if you will.
Interesting.
Indeed. Now, you've met a few individuals. One such individual that you have met, though, is Baka. Now, Baka, as we have talked about, it has been some time. You're the only one who knows exactly how long. As for Baka himself, he might not realize exactly how long, but he has a general sense. And you have not been idle. Now, where we resume with the party. Lawbringer, you have been this particular day, you have been spending some time with Baka. Maybe not intentionally, more like, you know, he happened to be there because you were preparing another one of your famous stews. Roll me a d6 just to see which one it was.
6. That's a 3, so it's Hunter Stew.
All right. What is in this hunter stew?
It's gonna be rabbit,
Mhm.
like lots of wild veg as well, and it's
Wild vegetables, rabbit,
Mushrooms.
mushroom,
mushrooms. Yeah,
wild things like that. Yeah. Now, Baka, Lawbringer is an interesting case. He or they or it or whatever the fuck was found by the kobolds some 6-7 weeks ago in some kind of wreckage. You know, your kin and clan have assumed that this is some kind of old wreckage, just kind of uncovered near-ish to the surface. But they uncovered him, and there were a number of other things, supplies, interesting odds and ends recovered alongside him. But there were two particular objects, at least somewhere nearby within this wreckage. One was a water skin, which they assumed was his, and the other was a large cast iron cauldron. Now, this cast iron cauldron, it turns out, Baka, that when Lawbringer pours in water from this seemingly endless decanter into the cauldron and stirs it up for a good minute, it makes a hearty stew. Magically. Now, Lawbringer, this would work for anyone, but the kobolds don't seem to have realized this, and you probably don't realize that they haven't realized this, and therefore saw no reason to mention it.
it's obvious that this would work with anyone.
Yeah, it's
but for some
obvious to
reason
you
they
that
have
this would.
designated-
Yeah, it's obvious to you this would work with anyone. And to the kobolds,
They have, for some reason, designated me as their chef.
or a chef, because Lawbringer, you can feed quite a few kobolds with this, but there are thousands of the fuckers. There are so many of them. Now, it does make you a very popular individual because your stews, oh yeah, your stews are great. And, you know, very often, very, very often, you know, probably Baka's preference because, you know, Baka, oh man, great food and water is okay. Some of the other stuff that can be made, it's fine. But Lawbringer stews, holy shit. They're great, and they're magic, right? They're really good. So, you know what? It's a popular thing.
Delicious.
They are magically delicious. So it is a thing, Baka, where very often, 3 times a day, you know where you've got him? You have got him at the entrance to the Grand Temple. And those who are coming to pay homage, they are getting to eat, well, today, a hearty hunter stew. There's a lot of kobolds that pay homage, though. So, you know, Lawbringer, you can't always feed all of them. But it's like, you know, the first 120 you get there for a meal, they're the ones who get the meal. And of course, Baka, he's always there, so he's getting good meals every time. Now, Lawbringer, you've just finished off another one of these hearty stews, ladling out the last of it for these kobolds who really seem to appreciate the finer things that you bring to the table. You know, stirring a pot. Right? It's what you're good for down here. You can stir that pot better than anyone, Lawbringer, because you're the only one who tries.
Affirmative.
Affirmative. They really like your stew, though. Baka, you've polished it off. It's been another good bowl. When, I can't not laugh at some of this shit. Oh, man. But anyways... Baka, that's when a pair of the Vethrkrell, Vethrkrell, gotta remember the pronunciation of that, appear. They give you a swift salute, and then one of them, Baka. Now, around you, Lawbringer, they've realized you don't know Draconic.
No.
But a bunch of them do know Common. And when you're around, it seems like they've taken to speaking Common in your presence if they don't mind you overhearing. Perhaps as a way to include you? They apparently like you because you stir the pot. But in common, just Baka. There is at the entrance. Two individuals have come, and one knows the great dragon. One of his former companions. She says her name is Broken. It is as the stories say, Broken the Mighty.
Ah, look. It's been a while.
It's been a long
Not
time.
Bring them here.
Of course, my lord. And the kobolds, they go off. Now, Bralkin and Emil, the two of you were, when you revealed who you were, Bralkin, like, this is my name, and yes, I'm looking for Yamamoto. And the kobolds say something about, like, oh, the Golden Lord? I don't know how you'd respond to that other than Yamamoto. Or however you'd respond. But they admit you to, like, kind of a Mufferod Joe. What the fuck? Why is my wife saying Mufferod Joe? Okay, anyway.
What the hell's Mufferod Joe?
Joe.
I don't... Oh! Canadian folklore!
I was about to go into where did you come from? Where did you go?
No, they were
No,
playing...
Mufferod Joe.
They were playing a song on repeat today about some guy named Mufferod Joe from Ontario. Fucking...
So like a knockoff of Cotton Eye Joe?
No, it's like it's like a Canadian Paul Bunyan, but he actually existed.
Mm.
Oh,
You saying Paul Bunyan didn't exist?
Considering that he's fabled to have been a literal giant several stories tall, and he had a
Giant?
blue like a mountain-sized
Ox.
blue ox named Babe, I don't think he was a real person.
Wow, sounds to me like you're a non-believer.
Anyway, so sad I don't have oh my gosh. My wife's over there fishing for something. Oh,
because I don't have sons.
it'll probably work though. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, right. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Thanks, Psycho. Okay, gosh. Now, Bralkin and Amal, the two of you have been waiting here now. The kobolds that you encountered near the entrance, each of them was wielding a, they look kind of like standard guards, like holding a spear, a shield. But interestingly enough, and this is something that's especially interesting to you, Bralkin, and also to you, Amal, because Amal, you probably know of kobolds, considering your background. I mean, you know, you're a drow. You're a dark elf. You've probably seen slave kobolds before. Neither of you have ever seen kobolds quite as decked out as these ones. They are in, like, full plate armor. With long spears and burnished golden shields, standing at the, like, in this room, like, kind of at the entrance. It's like, okay, like, they look fancy and like little short balls of armor. Like, Bralkin, did you? No, you never met Baka. Bralkin never met Baka, and neither did Amal.
No.
So neither of you have any context for a kobold looking like a little ball of armor. But two of them are like that. It's like, okay. And on their shields is, like, emblazoned a draconic face. Bralkin, I don't know if you'd say anything, but you recognize that face to a degree. You know, it's kind of been accentuated, beautified, you know, kind of put into, like, you know, the Greek hero level of imagination. But it's Yamamoto's face on their shields.
Let me see if I have a photo that would perfectly resemble.
Your expression.
Yeah. Since we don't do
We don't do what?
Camera.
since we don't do cameras on here.
Oh, yes. I'm looking forward to seeing whatever your thing is going to be that you post. Oh
Shot Pikachu face.
man, shocked Pikachu. Perhaps. Oh man. But anyways, we'll probably see whatever that is in a second. Oh yeah, that's an image. That's an image.
The
of this-
Lucy bottom one.
It looks more angry.
Looks
Are
like
you angry? Are you jealous?
disgusted, actually. Looks disgusted to me. Ooh, what the fuck?
Ew. What the hell?
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, after a bit, now, now, Bralkin and Amal, the two of you are here waiting as the kobolds have said. It's like, oh, you like when it's made clear who you are, Bralkin. They seem to be surprised. And now, do either of you speak Draconic?
I do.
I don't recall if
Mal
I do
does.
or not.
Okay, Amal does.
No, I don't.
Okay, so Amal, you would understand that one of them says to the other, Bralkin? As in Bralkin the Mighty? Strong and stalwart dwarven companion of the Golden Lord? And then the other one just, perhaps. And they call up a third one, who looks a little bit less, they're not as dressed up. They're in kind of lighter armors, but still they have like draconic heraldry on them, etched in gold along along like a leather tunic. It looks like they're more like a runner. And in draconic, one of them says that Bralkin the Mighty, companion of the Golden Lord, is here requesting an audience. Go speak to Lord Baka. And he runs off and then comes back. Now, you're left quietly here in silence, Amal, with Bralkin. Now, Amal, if you would like to describe, for Bralkin's benefit, and later, very soon, for the rest of the party who will soon see you, go ahead and describe yourself, what you look like, and how you'd be carrying yourself up until this point.
Well, I think Amal would be very quiet. And in terms of how he looks, like there's not much that you could see. You'll get the flash as he walks of, he's wearing a breastplate at least. But he's got just nondescript gray clothing. His head is covered in a hood. His face is even partly covered. He's got long sleeves. He seems to have taken a lot of care to just cover himself almost entirely. But when you look at his eyes, you would notice his, obviously his purple skin, and you would notice very, very bright pink eyes with a strange white circle in the iris. And then just some hints around the edge of his eyes and forehead, like of little spots on his skin.
Spots. Indeed. Interesting indeed. All right. Now, Bralkin, because it's been a while, how are you holding up? How's she looking?
Well, it looks roughly the same, but still with more, both more scars. Still, well, how do I have her? Still 4'8", gray, long white hair with like 4 rows of braids. The rest is all like let down. You look at her, her eyes are just like kind of like dim glow of red. She has like some heavy set armor on her, scratched to high hell. It still looks good. See like a big heavy hammer on her back, and she's just there like not stone face, but she has a resting bitch face. Or you just can't tell because she's almost always angry anyways.
Amazing.
And she has like a tattoo going across where her eyes are. Just like from, I guess, ear to ear.
Hmm.
And yeah, a lot more scars and scratches.
I got the thing working. Yay! Figured it out. Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Well then. That is broken. And as the two of you just kind of stand there, would either of you say anything to each other or just stand there in silence?
He doesn't talk, she doesn't
Amal.
talk.
Probably stand in silence.
Amazing.
So silence it is.
Silence it is. I love that.
Only
Do you
have an
guys-
11 in charisma, so.
Yep.
Do you guys share the dark brooding corner, or do you take turns?
I never really
Brolkin
thought of
doesn't share.
Brolkin as
now.
Brolkin isn't like the broody corner type. She sits in the middle of the room and makes sure everyone knows how angry she is.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I'm angry, and it's everyone else's problem.
Yes.
I'm gonna make it everyone
Pretty much.
else's problem.
Well, Amal has sensed this, and he is just getting increasingly uncomfortable. Like, how do I start a conversation with this?
This
woman. I maybe
With
just
alcohol.
start the conversation later.
I love that. Love that so much.
Out of silence.
The sound of silence. Well, okay. The two of you remain there in the quiet for a while until finally a kobold comes and says, and just says, "The high priest will see you. Come." And
This high priest.
the high priest, Abaka, prophet of the Golden Dragon.
Who's the gold dragon?
The great dragon, the Golden Lord.
I
You know not of him?
believe his name is Yamamoto.
I have a feeling, but
You know him by name, and they look like eyes wide at a mall.
I've only heard.
Oh, yes. His
it's
name
his,
is
yeah.
sacred. We do not normally say the sacred name except in rites.
Amal will bow and say, I apologize. I meant no offense.
Ah, yes.
nah, I know this
You must
fucker.
not be named.
I don't
Oh
care.
no! No, this fucker, I don't.
I'm Voldemort now.
I don't know. According to Psycho, you are. Oh my god. Okay, well. Now,
Whatever, let's get to your priest.
you
Kinda like-
enter into the Kobold Warrens.
Three besties with Voldemort.
Yeah. Now, entering into the Kobold Warrens, Bralkin, you were here once before. Right? You've been here once before. Things have changed. It's no longer like the crazy congested Warren tunnels coming down from here. You enter into another room, and it seems to be just a singular room. And when you enter into it, they all kind of, they say stand in the middle, and then the platform you're standing on moves, and you begin to descend. Like on an elevator. You're not sure what's powering
We've
it.
been on something like this, but
Yeah, but not in the Kobold Warrens. You're not sure what's powering it, but as it lowers down some, you pass a few different floors where you see like it's just kind of open with your small gates like in front where it would be pulled aside just to keep people from running into the pit in the middle. But like you see kobolds, just dozens of them moving back and forth upon layer and layer and layer and layer, and you keep going down, down, down until you emerge, and you're now in open space, and you're within what looks to be a rather sizable grand cavern that you are descending into. And within this cavern, you can see there are hundreds of kobolds in this space, like moving around. The walls are pretty much alive with them. You can see more layers, like multiple floors, almost like a honeycomb kind of descending down. Why am I using this music? Well, it's almost fitting.
I
will
find
be
it
fitting.
very funny.
It'll be fitting in a moment when
can
you meet
see
Baka
the
again.
amount of like horror she's in seeing this.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I just imagine for the elevator, it's just a bunch of kobolds running on hamster wheels.
Maybe. You can't see them though. There do seem to be like some kind of like thick rope in the middle that the platform's moving through. It's like, okay, like something's happening here, but you can't see above it. Like there is a ceiling on it. But as things continue and you descend into this grand chamber that seems to be almost like this central space, you can see kobolds all over the place. Some of them pause and look at like at the descending elevator. Others continue about their work. And this opening has to be like a good. It looks like kind of like a cylindrical chamber, probably a good 180 feet, almost 200 feet in diameter, which is fairly sizable for like just a big underground chamber beneath Haven somewhere. Passages leading off in all kinds of directions, and it looks to be like some kind of central like city hub. Now, Brawlkin, again, the last time you were here, there was a lot of kobolds, but it wasn't anything like this. Like, how are there so many? There's too many kobolds. You've only been gone a year. They don't fuck that fast. I mean, they do pretty fast, but I mean, like, it's still like there's a lot of them. There's an unusual.
That's why she's like mortified.
Yeah, there's an inordinate number of kobolds down here, and it just looks like the passages extend everywhere. As you get to the bottom, you can see that there is a contingent, like an actual contingent of these kobolds in like in the plate armor, golden overlays, like they and like with spears or other weapons just kind of at the ready. You can see all kinds of things on them that look like even what you would assume to be holy iconography, reliquaries, different things like that. They look like kobold crusaders, actually. And there's literally contingent of them of probably like a good dozen, like just waiting for you at the bottom. And as they come out, or like as you come out, they just kind of like form step around you and almost like an arrow formation in front of you to part the kobolds in front so that you guys are just able to walk through the crowd. And the crowd does part. And there are kobolds whispering, looking at the two of you going through. Amal, you swear you overhear different whispers here and there because you got a pretty good passive perception of things like, Brawlkin the Mighty, and or different things of I hear she slew 3 dragons with that very hammer, or Greek hero shit, right? It's like, what the fuck? How are these? What kind of legends are these that are propagating? Like, what is this?
Well, I think Amal is just extremely impressed.
Yeah.
With the industry and everyone working together, and he's just actually, this gives him a lot of encouragement and hope. Like, this is a really great place.
Yeah. I like Haven was pretty cool, like up on the surface too. It's like, okay, there's a lot of different races here. There's a lot going on. But you didn't really get to see a lot of it because you kind of got pulled aside by, the people in charge. But then here, like below Haven's, like, wow, look at this society. It's great. How do you feed them all? But yeah, you even see, as you're passing by, you can see in a couple places, there's like, oh, hey, there's a small shrine over there that you spot. And there's a number of kobolds, like, perhaps a few dozen, collected in front of it, listening to a kobold in robes with like a dragon iconography across their tabard. And they're proselytizing in Draconic. Like they're preaching a sermon in Draconic to the kobolds about the great journey. You don't get to hear a lot of it because you're kind of passing by, but they're going on about the great journey and how the great journey and prepare yourselves for the return of the dragon. For one day we will be needed and we will be called upon, and that's kind of all you're hearing as you go by. As like, okay, there's just like a shrine in this public space. And like people just are gathering there listening to one of the kobolds just preaching. Brolkin, you do see that, but you have no idea what they're saying because you don't know Draconic.
I'm still mortified, even if I
Yeah.
did understand them. Should still be
Yeah,
mortified.
Brolkin, you do see one thing though. In this shrine, up on the wall behind the kobold who's speaking, you can see what looks like a tapestry depicting what could only be Yamamoto, but with a pair of great golden draconic wings outspread around him and a halo. And in one hand he's holding like his blade, like the katana that you normally seen him with, and he is pointing it down, and at his feet on this tapestry is like roiling darkness. It's been a year, Brolkin. What the fuck?
Give me 1 second. My mom called.
Give me a second. My mom called. All right. Now, leading past this,
Oh.
I don't know if she can still hear us or not. Oh, if her mom called.
Probably not.
Oh, because there's, it's really a, but wait, there's more.
It just keeps getting worse.
It keeps getting better.
It's so much better.
As a quick question, how tall are the like how tall is it in here?
So Lawbringer, you've been among these kobolds. The main passages, like main artery passages, are about they're made to be about 10 feet tall. Like
My
okay.
mom called me to tell me that my brother's girlfriend went into labor. Giving
Oh.
birth now.
well,
Congratulations.
yes. Is that a
Congratulations.
I got a nephew.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you're gonna be an
Yay.
aunt.
Hooray.
That's awesome, Auntie.
Und
Anti-plague.
Auntie Brolkin.
multiplayer. Congrats. That should be fun.
I'm not excited. Another child.
A child. It was like your reaction when you found out that I had 6. You're like, when did you have a 6th? Did I not tell you I had a 6th?
No.
No.
To be fair, we all kind of lose track at some point.
I love you guys.
You're
You
so
guys are
many.
like fucking rabbits, bro.
Not wrong.
Oh man. Anyway. The real surprise is number 7. There is no number 7,
Number
Psycho.
7.
There is no number 7 right now.
Yet.
As far as I know, there is not a number 7. My goodness. Okay. Anyways, that you know. Yes, that I know of. That I know. Yes, yes. Anyway, so Brolkin. But wait, there's more. It gets better. Oh, right, Lawbringer, but answering your questions, the main hallways and artery halls, they're about 10 feet in height. There are larger passages, but yeah, like it seems like this. A lot of these passages were built with more sizable creatures in mind, like the gods these kobolds seem to revere.
I was mildly concerned that Lawbringer wouldn't fit anywhere.
Yeah. Now there are passages that are much smaller, and that's usually in like the personnel quarters and the warrens that kind of surround the main chambers and that kind of thing, or in like certain escape route tunnels, combat passages, reroutes, that kind of thing. There's a lot of those, Lawbringer. There's plenty of places you can't get in that regard, but like all of the main arteries where you would need to go, you have no trouble getting into them.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, continuing on down what seems to be a fairly main thoroughfare, with this group of holy warrior kobolds or something, leading the way and parting the sea of kobolds for you. And again, how many of them are there, Balkan? Like, there's so many. Why are there so many? You then emerge into another chamber where it's kind of like a hallway, but almost circular. And before you is a structure of white marble. Just a pure white structure, almost like the stone, just kind of like it's there, almost like this is a marble quarry, and you just come up upon marble, but it's perfectly smooth. It's beautiful, this marbled surface, and it extends to the left and right in almost like a circular way. There are windows high up, and from them you can see different colored light. Just a continuous shining beams of colored light coming from within. It's not like a rave is happening, it's just like beams of light. And there is a grand vaulted entrance. Now this structure emerging outwards, it's a baby. Hey, hello baby.
It's a
The structure is a baby.
It's a baby.
Design choice.
It's a giant baby. You find Akarak, the dead god. No. Oh, not done yet. Goodbye, baby. Mwah. Yeah, you said bye. You little giggle girl. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, anyway. No, this grand structure has to be like a good couple stories high at least. Because that's where this light is coming through. And there's the grand... like this grand doorway that is just open. Passing through it, and the doorway, the doors themselves are carved out of marble slabs. It looks like with great metal hinges of platinum on the inside. It's like, okay, this is what the fuck? When did this get built? And you enter into
sophistication.
what can only be considered a grand temple. You see tapestries, you see statues, like you can see grand statues in here 10, 15 feet tall of, well, Bralkin, you would recognize them as Dragonborn. Some of them have wings, some of them don't. You don't recognize most of them. You don't know if they're just depictions or what, but they're a dragonborn with spears or swords or bows. And interestingly, they all have like that same vibe that Yamamoto had, like that almost, well, as far as our Earth terms would be considered, that almost Oriental or Japanese, like Eastern Asian look to them. Like all of these Dragonborn look like that in their armaments, in their getup, in their gear. And there's just like statues of them, like you've entered into a temple of Greek heroes. And within this grand chamber, vaulted ceilings, you can see passages leading off, made out of marble. There are many kobolds in here. These ones appear to be also armed and armored, but their outfits look different than the ones that have been escorting you. They look like you could only describe them as temple guards. And there are many kobolds coming in here in reverence and whatever. And you also see a number of kobolds seem to be sitting around eating stew. Just around. There's a good couple hundred kobolds in here, and most of them have like a bowl of stew that they're eating or that they finished, and some of them are going around. It looks like these temple guard-esque ones are going around and collecting empty bowls and going off with them somewhere. And right at the back of this temple, you can see a grand dais. Like there's actually passing in here, there is a grand amphitheater with a dais at it. and right down at that dais, kind of going down towards it, you see a grand 30-foot tall statue of Yamamoto made out of gold, platinum, silver. It's got like the Greek abs. Yeah. In one hand it's bearing that long or it's bearing like a katana, and in the other hand it's planted with like a naginata, just kind of there, and he's standing tall, statuesque, 1 foot up on what looks like a great boulder beneath his feet as he stares off into space, like this really noble pose. It's like, wow, that's something. Like, the eyes themselves look like they are probably a pair of giant... what color are your eyes, Yamamoto?
I think they're like kind of golden color. Yellow. Yeah, they're yellow.
Yellow. Like giant pieces of amber, probably with a continual flame behind them. Or possibly some kind of like yellow amethyst or something, like some kind of glowing gem eyes just on them, and it's just there, and it's got like this glow about it, with probably castings of continual flame on it or in different places. And sitting down at the base of this statue, you see a kobold resplendent in his armor. Baka, go ahead and describe yourself. You probably are not normally wearing your full plate. However, you have had time since the announcement that the great dragon's companion, Bralkin the Mighty, is coming, to don your full gear.
Fetch
He
me
would don
my
his-
fancy pants.
Basically, he would get all dressed up in his full gear that has Yamamoto's face all over in different engravings, including his shield of expression that shows
expression.
Yamamoto's face in a noble look.
A noble, regal look. Yeah. I love his shield of expression. Yep. Now, beside this kobold, you see, well, Amal and Bralkin, you're going to see Lawbringer. Lawbringer, go ahead and describe now yourself.
The first thing you see, you almost assume it's like a statue, but it's so out of place. And then it begins to move. This 8-foot tall, 500-pound monstrosity, clad in the heaviest armor you have ever seen, with a shield as tall as him. And he is... I'll post a picture of him in chat. Dunk. This is vaguely what he looks like.
Without the crosses.
Yeah, without the crosses. But it's kind of like that heavy plate, almost tank style armor. And he has, or like Baka, you've never seen him take off his armor. He just like finds a quiet area and he just stands there.
Yeah,
for
like a
8
statue.
hours, not moving.
As he recharges.
Yeah.
And right now he has a paper thin white what's the word I'm looking for? It's what cooks use to not get
Apron?
stuff on there. Apron. He has a paper thin white apron, like very clumsily tied around him, and on it says "Kiss the cook."
It's obviously too small for him.
Yes, it is like 2 sizes too small, and yeah.
And he's got this great cauldron.
On the back to extend it.
When he looks at you, all you see is a pair of glowing eyes from behind his helm.
2 points of light, a kobold-sized apron.
Yes.
And every time he steps, there's like a light, like
Boom.
bum bum.
Yeah. And when he steps in this place, because this is an auditorium that has been built acoustically well, it echoes like boom. Just reverberates throughout this auditorium.
Here is your food.
Here
Please bring it back Please bring back the bowl when you are finished to be cleaned. Next in line. If you do not form an orderly line, you will not be served.
Also, that dynamic.
I do love this character already.
As the two of you, Amal and Brolkin, you approach this giant machine man and this little tiny ball of armor at the foot of the great dragon's statue. And you have not seen Yamamoto yet, Brolkin. But as you were brought up here, the kobolds kind of part, and one of them says, just says, High Priest Baka, one who journeyed with the Golden Lord and keeper of the Tomb of the Avatar. And he says this in common, and then backs away.
Keeper of the Avatar.
The Tomb of
What
the Avatar.
Fuck? Whatever.
Yep. And
God, you stay out of this.
God, you stay out of this. Now behind this great statue, you
Old
can
man
see
shakes hand
there
at cloud.
is there is more marble wall, but up against the wall, like it's just like flush into it, there is a single simple doorway that looks like it's kind of positioned on the wall, like carved into it, but completely flush. But yeah, this is where we pick back up. Don't worry, Sasaki. We'll get to you soon.
Who is the keeper of the tomb or whatever?
Keeper
tomb.
of the Tomb of the Avatar.
Who is that?
They point at Baka, the little armored ball of armor.
Okay.
Aqua will do like a little 45-degree tilt down. Is that? Welcome. What is it you seek here?
Who
Welcome, companion
the
of
fuck is Yamo?
our Lord.
What the fuck is Yamo?
Ah. The great dragon is indisposed currently.
What do you
It
mean?
is like-
indisposed?
He's like, it's easier to show you. And like he gestures to follow him. And he heads towards the door in the back.
Now, Lawbringer,
Oh, okay.
the food is done, and you know you're able to pick up your cauldron, and I mean,
No, first, wash it out,
Yeah.
clean it,
yeah,
then pick it up.
yeah.
We do not leave dirty equipment around.
Now you haven't been told to stop following Baka, so like he hasn't said wait here.
At this point, Lawbringer has got his credentials,
Mhm.
his use of food.
I guess I'll follow.
Yeah. Baka leads the group of you up behind the statue to this singular door. Now, Baka, this is your temple of the gods. Beyond this door. In fact, this door is the entryway to it. And as you place your hand
He'll
upon it...
turn-
Oh, yeah?
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, as you place your hand upon it, it opens for you. No seemingly like gears or anything. It just magically opens and reveals a space. Now, I'm going to imagine, because this space can be 120 feet, right? 120 foot by 120
120 feet.
foot space. I'm imagining the tomb itself is probably at the far back of it, and there's like most likely more iconography and beautification in here before you get there, wouldn't there be? Or would it be?
Yeah, it's be something kind of more like the Temple of Zeus in a way. Like how like the actual statue of Zeus is in the far back of it, but it's kind of like this corridor kind of like leading up to it the way it's designed, kind of to funnel
Okay.
everything towards them.
Then yeah, what you guys would see is, well, another grand room, statues and tapestries, depictions of you would see probably actually depictions of battle. Brawlkin, you would recognize some of these conflicts as like, okay, that looks like maybe maybe an artist's depiction of a conflict, like the taking of Haven, but back before the kobolds were around. So like their depiction of a story they were told, right? So not wholly accurate, but you recognize like certain aspects, or like different conflicts of like, oh hey, like things that Yamamoto would have been involved in, but again taken to like, you know, story extremes, because Baka wasn't actually involved in all of these or most of these. But then again,
she's gonna point that out. She'd be like, you know, a lot of these are very fucking wrong.
That's time.
Yeah, you need to get a better seamstress or whatever who makes your tapestries and to properly depict them.
Ah, yes. Well, when my lord returns, I will get his truths.
it's truth. Oh
Read.
my god.
His truth to redecorate.
Oh my
And then
lord.
just continues to walk towards the back, this temple of the gods, indicating for you to follow him.
Amazing.
Should keep following.
As you go through here, you also see there is actually an array of equipment put on different pedestals and plinths. You can see to one side, hey, isn't like that Yamamoto's bow, like in a case? Oh, over there, is that his Naginata? Or like whose equipment is all this? You see like an array, like a case, an array of throwing weapons, like dozens and dozens and dozens of throwing weapons. Just kind of like in like one case, and it's all closed and locked and secured and everything. But it's like going through here, it's like, okay, well, you recognize some equipment that's unfamiliar, but you recognize equipment that is like, this is Yamamoto's stuff. Like
I feel like I'd be putting 2 and 2 together.
yeah, decorating this place. And at the far end, you see a raised dais, and on it there are what look like 2 tables or platforms, and you can see 2 figures. Now, getting closer, one of them is down and to the side a bit, and one of them is higher up. Getting to the first one, laying on it in perfect, peaceful repose, Sasaki, go ahead and describe yourself in death.
A year.
Hi,
Now,
hello.
you are perfectly preserved, like from pretty much 2 hours after dying. You are otherwise preserved, so you don't look
That's,
decayed at all.
Preview?
Yeah, you are preserved perfectly, and you have a pair of copper coins, one over each eye. You know, gentle repose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you are in your armor, like you're dressed up in your full plate.
of course I am.
Hmm.
Thanks, Baka. So comfortable.
Well, you know, you're the female version. The Baka didn't feel comfortable undressing you.
There is no sign of a cat.
Sad.
Yeah.
So for Sasaki, it is a bronze dragonborn with tendrils coming down the head that kind of give the look of hair in a way, kind of like dreads, but more bony than hairish. Towards the tips and some splotches along the body, there is black covering part of the bronze of her scales. In her full plate armor, underneath it are certain sections that can be seen that are like yellows and purples and blues, with very like celestial patterns to them. On the taller side, if I remember correctly,
Yeah, she is She's how big is she? I think it says on her sheet, doesn't it? Let's take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
Oh,
6'5".
I think I put it on her sheet. That's what I was just opening.
Yeah, she's 6'5".
Yeah.
And she's very dead.
Yes, very much dead.
Yeah. Now, Brawlkin, you can see here, like, okay, you don't know who the fuck this is, but they look a lot like Yamamoto in the sense of this is a Dragonborn. Where'd they get another Dragonborn? Any other things you wanted to describe about dead Sasaki?
Not really that I can think of.
Amazing. Okay. So you see that, and you must assume, Brawlkin, okay, some of this equipment, probably hers? And you don't know what relation she has to Yamamoto, just like, okay, a Dragonborn, a dead Dragonborn. Right.
Another one.
Yeah, another one. And then you go to the top
And another one.
plinth. And upon this, you see in gentle repose Yamamoto, deceased, and over his chest, his hands have been positioned, his claws have been positioned, gripping his sword like over his chest. And it's like, oh, well, there's his sword. Okay, that makes sense why it wasn't elsewhere. And it's just laying upon his body. He is also very dead.
Of course this fucker's dead. She's gonna turn to Baka. Well, I need him. So, yeah, do you have like a sled or anything I can drag him out with?
Now, Baka, the thing is, the first prophet has been seeing things, and you've been growing concerned, and you've been praying now, daily, to the great dragon, if it be his will, to return, and he has not. But now, there are these others here, and you don't know why they have come exactly. But they've come for him for some reason. The wheels might turn in your head. It might be good to find out, why are they here? What is going on?
Come on, man, I seriously just got pulled out of a fucking fight for this. Can I just bring him?
it's like, what do you need him for?
Well, I'm gonna bring him back, and Ms. Bell for some reason wants his ass, so... Yeah. I'm gonna go see the clerics or whoever upstairs and get them to bring him back. Or the druids. I don't remember who does it.
You don't even know if they can at this point. It's like, how long has he been dead?
Yeah, how long has he been dead?
Now, Baka, your answer to this is going to be a little bit unexpected, isn't it?
Yes. Might need you to send the exact amount to get to because I can't
let's see.
remember where we had it.
Here you go. There. That's what he would know. Because again, like the passage of time can be a little bit wonky, but that's about.
Roughly. It has been almost 20 years.
I'm sorry.
I'm all just like, you could see his eyes would be like, what the hell?
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Whatever, I'm gonna... She's obviously frustrated. Like,
There. Pat.
like, she's like rubbing the bridge of her nose.
And
Like,
she gets patted gently by the
anger.
giant machine man.
Get the fuck off me.
Remember,
Actually-
The turn.
You know what? How much can you carry, big guy?
unknown.
Okay, pick up his body and we're going. If you want Aka, since you're so fucking in love
Would
with
this
him, you might as well
be
come too.
Grave robbing.
That would be.
And he you watch as this 8-foot tall lumbering guy sits on the ground, like thump, crosses his legs, begins to stroke his chin.
It's not robbing if the fucking your man here, your priest, is with us. He's overwatching
Okay,
it
well-
while we do our thing.
Baka's just going to go start praying Yamamoto's side for
Yamamoto.
guidance. That's what's
Is he,
going on.
he's gonna pray for God. Is he gonna see if he can call him back? They obviously need him.
He is going to.
Okay. Go ahead. What is his prayer? What does he say here? And does he say it in common or draconic?
He's going to say it completely in Draconic because
Okay.
that's what his Lord and Savior speaks.
All right. So Amal,
he's
you'll
going to
understand
speak in
this.
Draconic. He's going to go, Great Dragon, we beseech you to return to us. Return to this fleshy vessel. Your servants are in need of your guidance. We need you to fight for us.
And you lower your head in prayer as you activate divine intervention. And what would you know it? You've been activating it every day. Today's the day it works. Now, Yamamoto, the last thing that you remember, well, it was hell. You were fighting demons, a devil, yourself, the Baka. It was awful. There was so much going down and going on, and like it hurt. There were
I was
things
very
happening.
literally fighting my
You were
demons.
literally fighting your demons, and you recall like at one point like you just got overwhelmed and everything just kind of went dark. Now you have scattered memories of people, places, old friends long gone. You swear you found yourself among the ancestors even, but your memories are scattered and strange. But then there's a flash of light. And it's very bright. You breathe in, and it feels like you haven't tasted air in a long time. It's just this almost like a scent of incense on the air as you just inhale. Now everybody's standing here. You watch as this conversation is going on. Suddenly the body on the plinth just breathes in a deep breath and the eyes open. Yamamoto, you come to consciousness, uncertain of where you are exactly, how you got here, what's going on, and, yeah, you're laying on a plinth, a thing. You look to your left and right, and you just kind of like, what the fuck? Where are you? And you just wake up.
Thank God we don't have to waste any resources.
Rolkin?
All right, time. Yes, get your ass.
What are you
up.
doing
It's
here?
Time to go see Ms. Bell. I had to come out of war to come get your ass. Now
Baka?
come on.
Wait,
My lord, you have returned to us.
is Serafina able to take us back to Haven? Wait,
Where do you think we are, dipshit?
we're...
I have put you into the wardens, my lord. You're in the great temple of the divine here.
No, we were, we were in Holly's, trial thingy,
When Baka awoke, he was at the tower, and everyone was dead.
I died again.
So he brought you and the angel back here to the warren
Wait,
to be enshrined to the temple until you needed this fleshy vessel again.
and, like, it's at this point that he notices Ray's body and, like, immediately stands up and goes over to check on her.
You probably wouldn't
Okay.
actually call her an angel. You'd call her an Azarash.
Yes,
Yeah.
that word.
Now, Yamamoto, he says He says that, and it might take like a slight moment of like, what is he, what? And that you think it kind of, it would probably loosely translate to child of divinity, or children of divinity, or something like that. And he points over at Sasaki.
Yeah, like he rushes over to check, probably like a bit unsteady on his feet.
Yeah.
But
Oh, she dead.
what happened? The fight. Baka, can you bring her back?
I can try, my lord. Baka will saunter over to her body, pull out a massive ass diamond.
Is he doing raise dead or resurrection? Either will work.
He is going to do level 7 resurrection.
Amazing.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home. Okay. As you
A little too long for some of them. You know, some of them only go for a year, and resurrections up to a century.
Yes. But I mean, gentle repose. She's been gentle repose this whole time. So she's still within the 10-day window, technically. But I mean, you've got the gems down here. It's not a problem, you know.
This is just a show of the great and mighty wealth you have accrued in your lord's absence, showing that you have not squandered this precious time, that the Kobold Legion down here is as strong as ever.
Now, Brawlkin, you might still be reeling from, what do you mean 20 years?
I'm also
Yamamoto
noticing...
doesn't know that
Could
one.
I roll an Arcana to see what I think about that?
I mean, you wouldn't think anything of it. You don't know that they think anything weird has happened. I mean, oh, he's been dead 20 years. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
You don't know
sorry.
anything. You have no context to this.
Right, sorry.
It's like, of course he has.
Until I do.
Yeah, until you do. Once you have context, then maybe, yeah. But yeah, Baka begins a ritual. Now, we've done this a few times. The resurrection ritual. Up to 3 of you can attempt to contribute to this ritual, including Baka, who is contributing the actual spell itself, to try and assist in bringing her back. Now, Yamamoto, you have been the target of this on more than one occasion. You're familiar with how it works.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really familiar how it works. Normally, I'm the dead one.
Yeah, normally you're the dead one. In this
I'm on
case,
the receiving end. I'm not
Fails to receive it.
in this case, though, you are not the dead one.
Oh, this is what it looks like. Okay, I always wondered.
It's weird from being on this side.
Indeed. Oh, the baby's back. Hi.
Maybe.
Yeah, baby.
Hi, honey.
Bubble.
Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark.
Just let it die already, please.
Oh my god, baby.
Never.
Oh my goodness. What a funny little baby. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, hon? Oh, yep. You had things to say. Okay. Very good. Anyways, so, now I imagine Yamamoto, you'll probably want to contribute to this. And Baka,
I will.
I can see you contributing to this, like, aside from just the casting of the spell. So starting with Yamamoto, yes, honey, they're trying to bring somebody back to life. What skill of yours would you like to use, and in what way would you like to try and use it in this ritual where you are trying to bring her back?
Please don't fuck this up.
I would very much like to not fuck this up.
I may not be the reason why you're dead, but I'm the reason why you're not alive.
I mean, technically, I'm kind of the reason why she's dead as well. Again, Shadow Yamamoto. I'm a badass, what can I say?
Also, I tried to save your ass, and then I was trying to get to Holly, and it didn't fucking work.
It was literally the black hole of bad decisions over there.
I have regrets.
This was not to last as long as he did with all that bullshit going on.
It was great.
So,
Everyone else is just
so I have
going down
a
constantly.
question.
Yep.
A while ago, back when we were in the Nexus,
Mm-hmm.
when I spent my downtime doing like religious prayer and honoring the ancestors, you gave me a point of ancestor favor, and I don't think it was ever explained what that actually was. May I use that point of ancestor favor that I've carried with me
Yes.
for a year
Yes,
to gain
you
a bonus
may.
to this?
In real life.
That
In real life,
Yeah,
a
in
year.
real life.
that is not going to grant you a bonus. That is going to grant you a success.
Hell yeah!
That's a
It was worth carrying all this time.
Because
There's
yes,
more collecting this in the back of the inventory.
The whole
Yamamoto-
time you've unknowingly carried it for your childhood bestie.
Yep. Oh man. So Yamamoto, you do think back and you recall, like as Baka here spreads out the diamonds required. Actually, what is this? A diamond worth at least 1,000 gold, which a spell consumes. Okay. As Baka is bringing out this diamond, this very valuable looking diamond, and placing it on the body and beginning to touch certain nodes and points on there, beginning his chants in Draconic, things like, "Oh great dragon, we beseech you, bring back to us this fallen vessel, restore to us your angel." Like you're having to not think about what he's saying,
Yeah. I'm just putting that out in my mind.
Restore back the Arshajadash. Like, what do you mean?
And the voices just pop up into his head. Like, even when he's trying to ignore it, he just starts hearing them in his head.
There'll be time to deconstruct this
Oh
later.
yeah. Now, as this is all happening, and you see he's beginning the ritual, and like the diamond is beginning to take on a bit of a glow as the ritual is beginning, as this is going to go on over the course of an hour. You think back to how a year ago you honored. Sorry, I got jump scared by
alright?
something. Yeah, I got jump scared. How a year ago you spent some time honoring the ancestors, practicing your religion, something that you really you hadn't properly done since those months away in monastic seclusion. And you think back to that as well, and you reach out to the ancestors, to your ancestors, to your draconic gods of old, to what you revere. And what Sasaki would have as well, back in her faith. Just ancestors, it's been some time, and just kind of almost a silent prayer to them, beseeching on her behalf, these ancestors, the favor that they have granted upon you to be transferred and bestowed upon this fallen warrior. And that is what you're doing during this ritual. Who else would like to contribute over the course of this ritual?
Broken has no fucking clue who she is, so she's just standing there.
That's fair. Yep.
Well,
I mean,
Amal could
samesies, but
do his best.
Amal will do his best. Okay. Amal, you don't know who this is. Well, you knew a little bit.
I've got a trinket for her. I can take that out and
That's true.
offer that.
An
Okay.
offering.
Okay, what skill of yours do you want to make use of here? What do you think you might be able to use in this scenario? You've got this trinket from someone who did know her, at least very briefly. Something meant for her. What skill would you be trying to use here?
Wisdom.
That is a attribute.
That's an ability.
That's an ability.
Tribute.
Yeah.
It's an attribute.
Something about religion or something.
Religion, persuasion, like something that you feel would seemingly fit with this scenario.
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay. So you pull out this. Well, go ahead and describe what you pull out and what you do, what you say, and then we'll have you roll.
So Amal will pull out of a pocket from his cloak a black velvet drawstring bag, and he will open that and take out a silver bracelet with the charm of a cat on it, a great cat. And he will place that gently next to Saki's body and say, I haven't met you, but based on what I've heard, you are a great warrior with a great heart. And I know there are many who long to see you again.
All right. Make a persuasion check. Okay. Good to know. All right. Now, Baka. Oh, yeah? You.
I'm not sure I know what's like. I'm not sure my character 100% understands what's going on, but his goal is to help wherever and whenever he can.
Okay.
So, sorry. Book, what was your character's name again?
Baka.
Amal.
Oh, sorry.
Amal.
I thought you said
Amal.
Baka. What's your character's name again?
At some point, with this whole thing happening, the big guy is suddenly now behind you. You don't know when that happened. Oddly terrifying, as that is. It is important we remember our purpose in life. I wish I knew what mine
Amal
was.
just takes that and it's like, that's a real. He's like, yeah, really deep. Like he actually
Can I-
agrees.
yeah.
That's meaningful. That's deep.
Can I pop Flash of Genius on that?
Let's see. Come up with solutions under pressure. When you or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an ability check or save, you can use your reaction to add your intelligence modifier to the roll. I would say for this...
Same as
I might use it, or I don't know if I could use this multiple times per thing, because it's a reaction, so it happens every 6 seconds. Or if you should, I should wait for one that's lower, but I don't want this to fail.
Yeah.
With this being a bit of an extended check, I'd say your Flash of Genius, you can probably apply it once during this.
So then
thing.
he'll still say that, but he'll wait to pop it when it's or when
Okay.
he
Also,
the
something
lowest roll.
yeah, something to keep in mind for Flash of Genius. You don't choose to add it after a roll is made and you see the result. You choose to make it when someone is going to make an ability check or saving
roll.
throw. Yeah.
Gotcha. Sorry, I
So
misunderstood.
it's preemptive. So it's still very useful.
I
but it is
thought it was one
preemptive.
of those ones where it was when the roll is made, but before the outcome is determined.
Yeah, it's kind of
Right, where
an
it's-
oddly worded one, but it doesn't include that wording. And all the ones that do include that wording, well, there's a bunch that do include
Right.
that wording. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
sorry,
kind of
my fault.
this is happening. I wanna add to this, and then we roll and see what happens. Now,
Okay.
that said, would you like to contribute yourself, or Baka, would you like to do something personal contribution?
yes, Baka would. While he's doing it, he'll also be religiously, basically, kind of also giving up extra prayers inside of his mind while casting this spell,
Okay.
praying for it.
So probably will be a slightly higher DC considering things, but you can make a religion check. Now, if you would like, you can add that +5 Flash of Genius to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Does a 27 do me anything?
27. Isn't your religion a +4? Or did it go to +8?
You told me to change it to charisma
Huh?
because it didn't make sense for a cleric. Is what you had told me.
No, that was for specific checks.
I have a note.
No, that's for specific checks.
Written down in the notes that I haven't bothered with it since. Because I think this is the first religion check I've done since that time.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, it would be an intelligence check here. But that is a 19 on the dice +4 +5, which is actually one higher than 27. It's a 28.
Yay!
Oh, does a 28 do anything then?
Well, I guess we'll find out. The only one that we know for sure worked is Yamamoto's. Now, as this goes on, like the ritual kind of continues, and you are offering like these prayers, trying to, from your understanding of your own religion, you're infusing that into this ritual even further beyond, to go even further beyond, and you can feel like this the presence of your companions here, of your literal god. You cannot fail. Like, he's here. The Avatar is here. How could you fail? Right? Your faith is true. And Lawbringer's words, they ring true in your mind as well. Just like this flash of genius. Further bolstering the situation. Now, the gem, eventually throughout this hour-long ritual, it glows further, begins to hover over the chest. You see lines, spiderweb out across the body, tracing the paths of veins and arteries, settling upon the body, almost like a second skin. The diamond slowly spins in the air as it begins to dissolve, bits of it, particulate matter, falling over the body. As you get closer and closer to the end of this time period, and everyone present at this ritual, you can see the diamond is nearly all gone. It has spread over the body, and there's just this almost ethereal glow to it, like an overlay. Almost like seeing someone's spirit resting just outside of their body is kind of the form that this takes. Now, as this continues onwards, I make a final roll. All right.
I suppose I can't fuss a genius this one.
Oh no. It is a final roll that is, the DC is modified by your successes and your failures, and how many times she's already died, which hasn't happened, so.
0.
Yeah. Now, as this kind of concludes, the last of the gem is used up, and there's like a little, like a kind of burst of the gem of light as it trickles down and settles onto the body, like onto the skin. You can see a glittering, almost like she's been covered in glitter glue for a moment, and then it settles in. The glow goes underneath the skin, underneath the scales rather, and you can see the scales themselves glow with this ethereal quality. And then the glow fades. For a moment, nothing happens. And then, Sasaki, your body spasms as your eyes fly open. You are at 1 hit point. You feel cold and weak, and you are laying on a stone plinth in your full armor and getup. And you have a pounding headache.
Welcome back.
And then he'll go over and cast Cure Wounds on her.
Before Baka even does that, with how she's woken up and what she's wearing, her instant reaction is gonna try to reach for a weapon that she's expecting to have on her body.
And it's not.
There's
And,
no
like,
weapons.
go for Baka, not quite realizing it's him at first.
Mhm.
And be like, what the fuck happened?
And then you feel 32 hit
gonna
points
give
better.
I'm gonna give her a big relieved hug.
You feel, you also feel 32 hit points better, all of a sudden, because Baka. Right now, because you've just been raised from the dead, you have a -4 to all your attack rolls, ability checks, saves. That will go down every day until it goes away.
Yeah.
Vulcan's gonna clasp her hands together like loudly, kind of like a clap. Well, lovely that they're back and it's over with. Yeah, come on, Yamo, let's go.
What do you mean, let's go?
Ms.
We're
Bell,
trying to take Yamo.
who even are you?
I don't care what Ms. Bell
Shush.
wants.
Well, that's too damn bad. I was dragged out of a war to come get your ass because she wants us. So let's go and get it
I
over and
have-
done with.
Being dragged back from the afterlife by the powers of me, which is confusing in and of itself.
By
This
the powers
is what,
of me.
your 5th fucking time? You should be used to it by now.
Baka's just gonna look at
Come
Yamamoto
on.
and then look at her. It's like,
Should I call the guard?
Like, oh my god.
Baka, are we really back in Haven?
Yes.
And Yamamoto, you look around and it's like, oh my god, this is like, is this a tomb to you?
The Saki.
How?
The big guy touches you on the shoulder, your headache's gone.
Oh, you still have the -4 to everything, but the headache's gone.
He gives you a thumbs up.
How long did it take you to build this?
20 years.
Like, look at Broken. He's joking, right?
I
Amal
have
will
no
like
fucking clue.
clear his
Can we
throat.
just go already?
I was led to understand that you had left the dwarven settlement of Thenvelgrun only a year ago.
Oh,
Well,
fuck.
Which is it?
Can I now roll an Arcana?
I'm
Broken.
Broken.
20
If it
years
has
here.
been 20 years, can I just say, like, you haven't aged a day?
Who's he talking to?
I'm talking to you.
You,
You haven't aged a
Broken.
day, Broken. It's been 20 years. Lawbringer, at the moment, I mean, you can make an Arcana check, sure.
25.
25. I mean, that doesn't make a lot of fucking sense unless time's passing differently down here than up there.
Perhaps temporal effects are causing a difference in time.
It's the power of the great dragon.
All I know
What
is
do you
that
mean?
I've been gone for a year. So I
Greg, how are
don't.
you
I
feeling?
just-
Because I suddenly feel like I've got a headache.
And Sasaki, you look around. This does look like a tomb to you and Yamamoto. You're laying on like a plinth where you'd put a body. All your stuff is around the room.
My head hurts. I'm confused. I don't.
It's a bit easier to
What?
show you.
And Baka
What
gestures
are we?
like, walk outside the temple.
Baka, what did you put me in? What did you do with my stuff? And who?
Their stuff is here.
And he points
Hey,
at the
Gabo.
cases of weapons. He points at the cases of weapons that
All your belongings are here, as is the Lord's.
and like pointing to all the encased items, pulls out the keys and starts unlocking them for you.
She'll just like give Baka head pats. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Now who? Listen, trying to take
Preserving
Yamo away.
everything So efficient.
Who
I don't want to think about that.
who did what to take Yamo away? I keep missing what you're saying.
I said, and who is this that is trying to take Yamo away?
And you look over at Bralkin.
I was here before you.
Oh,
I
Ray,
highly doubt
this
that.
is broken. She has been a companion on many of our adventures around here. Brolkin, this is Ray. We grew up together in the monastery. And she's
Just-
here, and there's an awful lot to unpack there, but keeping it brief, there's a lot. Going
Yeah,
right now.
we still haven't really gotten to unpack that, but that
Yes,
earlier.
apparently it's been over years. We still haven't unpacked. Oh, no, one thing at a time.
Nothing
One
else.
thing at a time.
It has simultaneously been 1 and 20. Both of these
Yes,
facts
thank you for
are
reminding me.
true.
It's fine.
Anyways, can we?
I was to
just
show
go
you your
already?
legends.
I don't have Legion. Baka, you're mistaken.
Ah, but you do.
I believe.
Hey, it's your legends.
And, like he gets excited and starts gesturing for you to follow him outside.
I hesitantly follow.
And
Oh,
He
and I'm
grabs-
like, Baka, what the hell have you done while we've been dead?
yeah, as you
I
guys
think you'll
have
find I have put in an awful lot of effort to avoid having legions.
yeah, as you retrieve your stuff and you follow him out, you immediately are greeted by the backside of the giant 30-foot statue, resplendent, and going around it, you're in an
Why did you make
auditorium.
my ass look so good?
Why is this in
Your likeness.
you're like,
Listen,
There's-
to
I
be
am
fair,
not that caked up.
I beg to differ, having worked with you a lot and seen a lot of that ass.
Aka's just gonna grab the nearest kobold, tell them to send the words like, grab the legions. His lord has returned. Assemble.
Assemble the legions, the Lord has returned.
I hear horns start getting sounded throughout the city.
Yeah, Yamamoto just wait. Whoa, where's he going? And then you look around. It's like, this is. Why are we in a marble temple?
We
How
create
did
the
you get
symbol for
marble
you.
here?
We dug it up.
I didn't know there even was marble on this island.
We
I know
didn't
that's
either.
probably not the most important thing right now, but it does.
Listen, I'm learning to not question how Baka gets shit done.
You know, I really should learn that.
Yeah.
Law comes up behind Yamamoto. It would seem you are quite popular.
Popular.
I wish it was just popular.
Do you not
I
like
don't think
being
that
worshipped?
would. No, what are you? Like, at this point, like, he's finally processed everything else enough to get to the point of, what?
What are you?
Yeah, the rare time Yamamoto has to look up.
Exactly.
And by the way, when you said 8 foot tall, I did think, oh, of course you make yourself taller than me.
He said, "Oh, he's like a
No longer
than you."
this.
I do not know what I am. The small ones call me Law.
Oh. It's a pleasure to meet you, Law. I am Yamamoto Tsunetomo of the Maso clan and Haven.
You watch as his chest cavity, like from where his collarbones would be, pops open, and he reaches inside, and he pulls out a book and a pen, and he opens that up. How do you spell that?
Oh my god.
Well, wait one sec.
So, I don't know how to use your language. I just know the kanji.
So it's the character for mountain, and then the character for books, then the character for normal. Sorry, the character. Sorry, like the character for no, it's not normal. It's the character for like endlessness or like continue. You know, sort of the continuation. And there's not an exact translation into the common tongue. And then the character for morning.
Interesting.
How do you spell that? And it's just this.
He's and yeah, Yamamoto. You notice
Yeah,
he's
kinda.
writing down like 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages, 6 pages. He stops around 8.
That's an awful lot of pages for.
I believe this is where I say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And you
Likewise.
turned. What is your name? To Sasaki.
What? Is
She's
your...
just gonna kind of pause, look at Yamamoto, look back. I'm Sasaki to most, Ray to others.
He begins writing. You only get 5 pages.
That's fine.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
Well, I mean, she doesn't have an entire statue dedicated to her.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you could.
Does she give him the kanji of her name?
Yeah, she will.
Okay, there you go. What's that?
May I ask a question of the two of you?
Yes.
Play.
Yes.
The face. Brogan's just in the back, just face palming right now.
Shut the fuck up and let's walk. We can walk while we talk, for fuck's sake. That's what I'm imagining. What is it that you claim to be?
Dragon
Well,
form?
I am a former samurai of Clan Masao. I think former is I'm not sure if I'm a former samurai or still a samurai. If it's been one or maybe
samurai.
we are the sworn warriors of our clan to serve our lord, protect the people, and uphold honor.
Define honor.
Anyways, let's go. Enough of these pleasantries. Can we just get going so we can get this bitch out of my face? Or off my ass, whatever you want to say.
Define ass.
I know
Point
that
to
one.
statue.
That is the backside of a creature where excrement is excreted. Why you do this, I do not understand.
And what this has to do with cake, I also do not understand.
My defining of cake is via the small ones. They have told me that it is sweet and sugary. These are foreign concepts to me.
It's a baked pastry. Anyways, come on.
Interesting. Define pastry. No, wait. I'm proficient in cook's tools. Never mind. I know what a pastry is.
I have made one.
You know, I'm currently weighing up whether I would rather see Mizbel or my legions right now, and honestly, it's a toss-up.
Speaking of, as you guys are like Yamamoto and stuff, are you trying to like exit the temple? Is this conversation's happening, or are you just standing there?
Well, I mean, so like Baka ran off and told us to wait for him, right?
No, he just sent off a runner.
Oh, okay.
And then you started hearing horns.
Like, I'm gonna hesitantly be making my way out of the temple.
Yeah.
Put this up. No dragonborn
No.
here, just a couple of tall kobolds. Don't mind
Very
us.
tall kobolds. We're just 6 kobolds in 2 trench coats. Oh yes, that makes sense. Yes.
Very good. Later, you like Lawbringer's on his deathbed. He's like cracked open. It's just 6 kobolds in a suit of armor.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. How's Amal taking all this?
He is glad not to be noticed at this point.
He's basically like, what the hell's going on right now?
What the hell?
What is happening?
He's so impressed by the kobolds. He thinks they're wonderful,
Yeah.
but he does not know what the dynamic is between Lady Dwarf and Dragonborn, and he does not understand.
Like, what is happening right
And the
now?
Tin Man.
Law looks back to Sasaki and Yamo. Are you perhaps, what is the word I am looking for? Lovers? Mates, I think is what the kobolds use.
No.
That's
I
right.
have known Ray my entire life. She's like a sister to me.
So you are not planning on having children with this one. Interesting.
No.
May I ask
No.
why?
May I ask why?
Because
Baka's
she's
gonna be
like a sister
out
to me.
in this
That
and
would be
it's
weird.
this.
Why would it be weird?
At this point, Ray just has the most panicked looking face. Just going be red and like looking around like, get me the fuck out of here. Where the fuck can I go? Can I go anywhere else?
You know what's really fortunate for you, Sasaki? Because you have scales, no one can tell if you're blushing.
Baka's just gonna give a thumbs up to Raven, like, good luck.
Good luck.
When even Baka has given up on explaining it. Wow, we wouldn't even know.
Now, as you're trying to head out of here, Yamamoto, you get up and you look around and it's like, oh my god, this is a full-on grand temple to you. Like, vaulted ceilings, tapestries, statues of Dragonborn everywhere, your grand statue down below all caked up, apparently. I just, like, it is... What is going on? Oh, and yeah, seen from the front as well. It's like, oh wow, yeah, it's got those abs, you know, like those Greek abs on the statue. It's like, oh, remember how when I had that?
I mean, I used to be stronger. Like, my muscles used to be that well defined. I kind of just switched to lighter tones since.
It's like, oh, is that what I look like?
He's been sleeping for a while. He's a little out of shape.
Well, no, he switched his strength to his wisdom when he went from samurai
I used
to
to have
monk.
20 in strength. Now I have a 20 in dexterity. I switched them around.
Yeah, that was a long time ago before this campaign.
Yep.
But as you're up there,
You knew Gamma when he was the strength 20 fighter.
Broggen did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, she remembers him all caked up. Actually, Sasaki also knew him back then. Well, he wasn't strength 20 back then,
Yeah.
but, you know. She's seen you without your shirt on.
I mean, yeah, we probably like bathed together. That's completely normal.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's probably been some skinny dipping, let's be honest.
Never once considered a mated pair.
This is confusing to me. I must do further research.
It's making Sasaki think.
Sasaki is definitely now on the thinking process of, oh dear God, how many people have thought that we're a couple?
And Yamamoto over here just like probably doesn't even think, like, process that. Oblivious.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of other things to process right now.
Yeah. Speaking of, as now, Brolkin, fortunately, you know the way out, right? You've been probably leading, like, let's go this way. Let's go this way. And as you start exiting the temple, you hear what sounds like marching.
Oh, for fuck. Want to go before they get here?
Yamamoto, you also hear this sound of marching. Saki and you all hear it. Like, what is that?
You know, Brolkin, I think I agree with you. Let's make our way out here. Which way is out of here? This place is so much bigger than the last time I was here. It's really been 20
It'll lead
years.
the way.
No worries, my lord.
Do you know the
I
way?
will show you the way once we have shown you the legions we have worked so hard to cultivate for you.
As Brolkin, you head back, like, quickly now, back towards that large chamber. And as you emerge into the large chamber, the kobolds have cleared the floor. You see the elevator up ahead. It's like, oh, it's just ahead. And then streaming into the room, like that scene from Ants, are kobolds. Dozens of kobolds, nay, hundreds of kobolds, filling into the room from different rooms and passages as you see a veritable army of what you can only describe as holy warriors and zealots.
The child has been born.
They are in they're in an array of armors. You can see many of them are like in heavy armor with spears and spears and shields, kind of like kind of like hoplites,
Hoplites?
but heavy armor versus like, because I think hoplites were kind of lighter armor. But anyway, kind of like a bunch of hoplites if they were wearing full plate. You can see like they just move together. You can see there are archers, well equipped with bows, just kind of assembling on upper levels, just looking down into the area. You can see there is what can only be described as holy iconography on many of these warriors. Some of them even decked out a little bit more like their champions or something like that. There are a lot of these kobolds just kind of entering into this space, just entering in here, coming into the room, as you would probably hear in Draconic. There's a call out of some basically effectively Vethar Krell present, more or less like an effective thing like that. Now again, Vethar Krell, that again is Draconic, and the two of you, the two Dragonborn in the party, you can kind of get the sense of what that would mean. It's kind of a combined word that would more or less mean claws of the Golden Lord.
Baka's going to.
How many of these kobolds do you say it looks like there are?
Hundreds.
Sorry. Oh.
Just in this room.
In this room, yeah. One of them comes up and just bows low before the high priest and the archangel, and the avatar. And then it's like, my lords, we have come with as many as will fit in the grand hall.
Well done.
And like in unison, you just hear like this whoomph, as the entirety of this assembled army kind of like all present arms or stand at attention, and you just hear like the rumble of weapons and armor just, and then silence in the room.
Your clones are very impressive. You must be proud.
I think we should go now.
We have built this. It's just a portion of the forces we have built up for your holiness. We will crusade across the land to fight your enemies.
Yes.
And
then
right,
one of the kobolds, the one who came over and talked, rises. My lord, you have returned, as Thurvizar foretold. Thurvizar? That means devoted seer. What the fuck? Who is that?
I mean, last time I've forgotten his name, but like the mad kobold was.
That was Ignis.
Kind of.
Yes, him.
Ignis was being treated as a seer.
Yeah. Do you mean Ignis?
You mean Ignis? Yes.
Hey, but Baka, is this is the seer? Is that Ignis? A chance?
Oh, yes. He has changed his name with his title. He who used to be Ignis.
You can see confusion on this one kobold's face, like that they have no idea about any of this. Now Yamamoto, this kobold looks to be probably like, a younger kobold. If it has been 20 years, many of these kobolds, probably most of these kobolds, if that's true, if really 20 years have passed, the majority of these kobolds here would not have existed before you died.
Oh no.
And they have been indoctrinated into this.
Oh, I really should have put more of a stop to this sooner. Oh.
You should have went
It's
got
too
in
late.
there and glassed the entire fucking warren.
It's too late now.
It's too late. There's too many of them.
So, which enemies, what battles were these legions raised to fight again?
And then the one who was
This.
the one who was before you, it's like, it is foretold, the great journey, my lord. We have awaited it for so long.
I'm gonna fucking kill Holly when I find her.
Wasn't it York too? York and Holly.
I remember it being mostly
Argon.
Holly, the Great Journey thing.
Argon didn't help.
No, Argon was the initiator of this whole shit.
Yeah, he started this, and then
Everyone else just stopped on the train.
and then after a while he realized, oh God, what have I done?
Yeah.
I remember that where he's like, oh wait a minute, hold on a second. And then, you know what? This is no longer my
someone realized
fucking
how fucked up this is.
the legions and
It
stuff.
took him a while.
It took him a while. It's like, wait a minute. Oh, this is great. This is good.
Right. The Great Journey, of course. And
Yes.
which battles are we fighting along the Great Journey?
You will lead us against the great darkness to unify the world against what lies beyond. Yes, it is as was foretold in the great book of the dragon. And you can see he actually holds up what looks like a small, like a Bible that he just has on his person.
A pocket Bible.
A pocket Bible.
Baka, what the hell have you been doing?
Would Lawbringer have also got one of these?
Oh, you probably like if you'd asked, they would have given you one of these little pocket Bibles, and it's in small printed text, and it is the Great Journey. It is the book of the Great Dragon, and it is effectively like would you have read it? Would you have read it?
Probably.
Okay, yeah. It effectively
He's
tells
served for information. He'll read anything.
Yeah,
at this point.
it tells the story of, the great dragon, the Golden Lord Yamamoto, who came out of the lands beyond, the lands of heaven. And you've probably had to get parts translated because it's in Draconic, right? So you've had to ask for translations. So it's kind of like you're walking around, you speak English, but you're holding a Latin Bible. You don't know what it says, but
Law will bring out his pocket version and
Law
show.
will bring.
Yeah, he brings out his pocket version and he'll give it to Yamamoto. And he'll
This is
notice
about
that it's
you.
like, well, not only that, but it's also like perfectly organized with like the what are
Notes.
they? Like not just notes, but it's like where like somebody who's used it as like a study guide. Like set up a book where it's like quick things
The bit
they
that's
can like
highlighted and underlined.
yeah basically it's like highlighted. There's like questions written in like tiny itty bitty handwriting in the
In the
legends,
margins. Yeah.
in the margins.
And they're not a very, like, I think the one that you got would probably be like not so small where it's like pocket kobold size, but like, okay, it's like a tome, but not too big, but you've got one, normal
My hands
size.
are massive, so
Yeah, they were probably worried you'd like rip it opening it, so they gave you a normal sized one.
But even like a normal size one's kind of small for me.
I'll say Baka might try to write one for common for him if he had asked for it, like try to make him a special one since he's so big. It'd be like a normal size Bible, but it still looks like a pocket size to him. But it looks massive to us.
Oh man, I love it. But yeah, there's things in this Lawbringer that you've gotten translated for you where it's talking about like, oh yeah, the Great Journey, and the like how he's like it's basically it goes on and it uses his life like the heavenly realm where he came out of to come and restore order to the kobolds, to save them from the great darkness. And like throughout, there's allegories for life and like lessons for you to take into your own life, and you know how to apply it, and those kind of things, or at least like that's in some of your annotations of like the sermons are about how to apply this to your life as a kobold, you know.
You know, but like in the later in the spaces between, he writes with a little annoyance about the lesson should be more plain. That it's too colorful. It should be plain, direct. It should instruction should always be given most directly.
Yeah,
without
and it's like, oh, this is
flair.
It's like, these are stories and parables. What the fuck? It's like,
People
oh, did
might
these
get
actually happen?
confused. You should write with as much clarity as possible, so no one is confused on the matter.
You got a second edition over there. Oh man, but yeah, it's like it's great. And Yamamoto, you see this, and you turn to like a random passage, and it talks about how like, you know, just something about, and then with his blade held high, he smote down the great dark one. And you're looking at this and like, oh, it's like this is like a description of the fight against the star spawn. Yeah, and where you summon the army actually, because you see other passages here. It's like Baka wasn't even around for this.
Yeah, how did those get back? Who told them this?
Yeah.
I bet York told him when I wasn't paying attention.
He totally did. York totally spent many hours telling Baka all kinds of stories, didn't he now?
Probably while high off his ass, yes.
Yes! So it's like, this reads like, you read this and it's like, oh my god, what the fuck is this story? Like, what do you mean I flew across the battlefield on wings of light? Like, what does that even mean? And it's like, it's totally York who's over there telling a story high as a fucking kite. Because he didn't even see the fight, because remember, he was blind, deaf, and dumb during it.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, this is what I like to imagine happened. Oh, man.
He's just stirring the shit pot. That's all it was.
And then when he's smoking that fey leaf, he gets illiterate of his shit.
Yeah, even beyond the grave, he's still stirring. He's still causing shit for Yamamoto.
Yeah.
God damn it, York.
God.
You see his soul up in the sky, just laughing at Yamamoto.
Laughing at me from the moon.
Trace the moon to show York what for.
Yeah, you gotta go to the moon to break the soul trap to free York's soul, so you can
his ass.
kick his fucking ass. We're gonna bring him back so I can beat his shit. Beat the crap out of him.
Can we go already?
As you're surrounded. And then there's a ripple among the kobolds as you speak, Bralkin, and the one who's standing there in common is Bralkin the Mighty, one of the heroes of old.
Oh. Yes. and now I have to take your Lord Yamamoto to go see the bitch queen, Ms. Bell.
The bitch queen.
It's important.
The great bitch queen.
No, she's not great. She sucks.
Anyways, so if you would mind, we have to go do some business, and he can come back and entertain you.
You are going off to see the Lady of the Lands Above.
Yes. It's important business.
Yes.
So please move, let us go, and then he'll be back.
We await your return, great lord.
Prepare the armies for the crusade on our return.
We will prepare for the crusade.
Baka, on the off chance that time really is traveling faster down here, are they going to be okay if, a few days might be like months for them? down here.
They will be ready.
They will be ready.
That is the most concerning thing you could have said. I really feel like I need to talk to Ignis, but I think the Brolkin might just knock me unconscious and drag me out of here if this takes any longer.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
you know
gonna
me
have
too
to
well.
agree with you.
Not like we've traveled for years, fighting and conquering. Anyways,
And with that,
Question.
oh, question,
Are-
yes.
Please define bitch.
You're gonna meet her, don't worry about it.
Because gonna whisper to Law like,
I don't know what that is either.
you just calling down Yamamoto.
Oh my.
Hey, now part.
And by the way, Law still has the kiss the cook apron on.
Yeah, yeah. Like the Red Sea, they part before you.
Oh, Silas, how long does it take to resummon?
Cat?
Your pussycat.
Her pet.
Yeah.
What's new, pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa. Calling back your kitty cat is, I think it's just an action, but let me take a look. Beast
I don't
Master.
remember, and my hands are covered in oil, so I don't really want to touch my phone.
You
a whole
magically
lot.
summon a primal beast that's friendly to you. Ba 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 ba. Choose stat block in combat if it has died within the last hour. When you finish a long rest, you can summon a primal beast. So it's
Does 20 years count as a long rest?
no, unfortunately not. However, I would say that all things considered, as you are on your way out, slinking out of the crowd of kobolds, like just kind of like they didn't even notice it was there, and just kind of because kind of just got summoned. Comes your cat. Vesper just kind of slinks out of the crowd between a pair of kobolds who just looks like, what? Like, where did this come from?
She goes sprinting for the cat as soon as she sees it.
Yep. Vesper just pounces on you. Well, into your arms, pretty much. And she's your size, so boom.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, bodied by the kitty. You're strength 18, so I mean, you can take it.
I just want to point out, I hope you guys don't take Brolkin being mean as, like, a personal attack on you.
I
That's
know.
just how she's played. I mean,
Yeah.
for the guys who aren't new to this,
I will always take it as a personal and directed attack at me and only me.
Filibuster, that's fine.
That's fine, yeah. Against you, it's always intentional on you, right? Oh, man. Well, Vesper has 75 hit points now.
Yay!
I give my putty cat back.
Yay! What new putty cat? Whoa, 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 whoa.
I don't know. It's been way too fucking long.
Amazing. Well, you guys get into the elevator, and the kobolds, they all salute, and then they begin to cheer, and their cheer would be, oh man.
That's a good cheer.
That's no. I'm just thinking about. I'm just thinking what they would cheer. Probably just great dragon, but in Draconic. Like just an echoing, reverberating cheer from hundreds and hundreds of voices.
Yeah, I was just like making the most like awkward wave as he's sort of backing out of there.
Baka's gonna hold up the flail with the holy book on it.
And that is where we're gonna take a quick break.
For Sasaki to wash hands.
And for me to get more water. And when we come back,
I'm so covered in oil, it's not even funny. Because all my gloves kept breaking.
Amazing.
And I just gave up.
Get some Gojo.
We'll come back and you guys will leave the Kobold Warrens.
Finally.
For now.
Alright, I'm gonna grab some more water. I'll be back.
Amazing. Turn! We're here. We're back. We're round. We're not around.
We're just
We're a square.
girls.
We're just girls. What?
We're just girls.
Put that magical girl avatar back on, Silas.
What? No. No.
I do not know what
Points
I am.
again.
Whether I am male or female is for you to decide.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Only you, Jeremy.
Only you. Why? Oh, man. Well, as you guys... Oh, fucking... Like, why would you do that?
Told you.
Fuck. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it so much.
The prettiest girl at the party.
God, no. So, where was I? Oh, yes. Right. So you guys, you head up the elevator. You head out of the Warrens. And, now Brolkin and Amal. When you were first going down in here, as you recall, in Haven, the Warrens were at kind of the northeast tower. Like, the basement of the northeast tower is how you accessed them. And as you come in there and you exit the tower, Brolkin and Amal, you do recall... that's a funny way of saying it. Brolkin and Amal, the two of you recall that... kind of the layout of some of the people who were outside moving around, and just like there was
violence.
Goodness, there was what? No, there was not violence. You remember actually seeing that there was a group of patrol folk on patrol. What am I fucking saying? There was a group from the militia just patrolling the area, and they just come from the docks, and they were heading in the direction of the stairs that go up. Now you were in there for maybe like
a couple hours.
Not even. Oh yeah, a couple hours. Yeah, you were in there for a couple hours.
At least one, because that one spell took an hour.
At least one. Trying to think of what I was saying.
Militia?
Yeah. Coming out here, it looks like they're just at the top of the hill. Like, Brolkin did like very little time pass or something. Like, you were in there for a couple hours and you see the same patrol. They're not too far off. Like, they shouldn't still be over there. Like, and the rest of the area, the docks and the way people were moving around, like, it looks like maybe, I don't know, minutes have passed.
Perhaps about 6 minutes.
Perhaps.
Oh, time does move differently down there. Okay. Anyways, to see the bitch queen.
We're off to see the bitch queen. Hooray! Hooray!
Has that happened before? Where you go into the Warrens and when you come back out, time isn't the same?
She just shrugs. Haven't really
I've been
noticed.
told, yes.
He just puts his head back down. Why did I ask?
Why did I ask? Amazing. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, I gotta that one, no, yes. Yes.
Maybe.
What? There we are. Had to fix some things. Okay. Well, with that, a very strange situation having left this place. Yeah, it doesn't seem like much time has passed. And so the group of you head on out of this place. Now, Yamamoto, when you leave here, you see people looking at you with confusion, surprise, maybe, and people like glancing your way, as you were a known figure before, and you've been gone for about a year, as far as they're concerned. So people are definitely like, you got eyes on you again.
Oh no. It's happening.
It's happening.
Behold!
Yeah. But fortunately,
no, behold.
Behold.
Nothing to see here. Turn around.
You guys quickly
Pulls out
make
a
your way.
herald.
Pulls out a herald. You guys quickly make your way to the You guys quickly make your way. Making my way to the monastery proper and towards the inner sanctum. And oh dear, I had just fixed it, and then I have to fix it again. Why is you three? Anyways, with all that said, yeah, you make it to the inner sanctum, to where ostensibly, or not the inner sanctum, to Mizbel's tower, because remember, she was building that tower, or had built that tower, and you make your way over there. And that is going to be about where we leave it. As when we come back next time, you guys have gotten the party back together. And Amal, on the way over, perhaps you will provide some things to a few people who are alive.
It doesn't feel like there's been a good moment, so he's
That's
just going to
fair.
keep quiet.
He's going to keep quiet. Well, off to meet the bitch queen next session. Or so you call her.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. I think we should stop calling her. It's very inappropriate. She is not a queen, okay?
What would you call her?
That's the bit.
The bitch lady.
The bitch lady.
She's lady. Oh no, she's Shadow Mistress, isn't she? It's her title. Or is that something else?
Shadow Mistress?
Shadow bitch.
Shadow bitch. The
Shadow
bitch.
bitch, that's a good one. I like that.
Let's go see the bitch mistress.
Just saying, as soon as Lost sees her, it's going to be, are you perhaps the bitch mistress, Mizabel?
Are you the bitch mistress miserable? Mizbel. Ah, my mistake. The bitch mistress Mizbel. Scowls. I'll take that as a yes. Oh man. All right, well, I will see you guys next time as have things unfolded, and will they continue to? Good times.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
You're alive. You lived.
Hooray!
Hooray! All right.
I'm alive.
You're also alive. Hooray! The legions await your command. Hooray!
No.
The Great Crusade.
The Great
Build me an
Crusade.
army. Build me an army worthy of Yamamoto.
Indeed, they did. All
How
right.
has time been sped up? That's the thing that concerns me most right now. Is the fact that there's a temporal anomaly beneath Haven.
It's the power of the Red Dragon.
Man. Now the question is, will you bring that up to Lady Mizbel or not? We will see next time.
No, she doesn't get to learn shit.
Bye-bye.
I will say that's the last person you want to know, David.
Bye.
Bye.